friends, it's Miss Christina from Wallingford Public Library. Thank you so much for signing up for a STEAM Storytime at Home Dinosaurs kit. To kick things off, I am going to read a book about fossils to you. And then after that, I'm going to go over what's in the kit and what the activities are so that you are then able to do those at home. All right, so let's get started, shall we? Our book is Fossils. What Dinosaurs Left Behind by Ruth Owen. Found. One day, two scientists were walking in a desert in Montana. Suddenly, they spotted some giant brown bones in a rock. See that there? So there's the bone, or the rock, and then there's the bones. It's a pretty cool find. The bones belonged to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex was a dinosaur that lived about 66 million years ago. So long ago. Fossil bones. The dinosaur bones are fossils. When the dinosaur was alive, its bones were white and chalky. Fossil bones are dark and very hard. Why? Over a long time, they turned to rock. So right here, you can see some fresh bones. See, they're kind of white and chalky. This would be kind of like if you maybe cooked a chicken or a turkey. These would be the kind of bones that you would have in those birds. And here is a T-Rex fossil. So you can see it's brown because it is no longer a bone. It is now a rock. A dinosaur's teeth also become fossils. T-Rex had the biggest teeth of any known dinosaur. Look, these are T-Rex teeth, and that is a man's hand holding them. You can see he's even got like two hands. This is like a lot. Those are huge teeth. I mean, no wonder they were king of the dinosaurs, right? Who would mess with them? Turning into rock. How did the T-Rex's bones become rock? It took millions of years. First, the dinosaur died near a river or another body of water. That's very important. Then other animals ate the soft, meaty parts of the T-Rex's body. Like animals today, dinosaurs died because they were ill, hurt, or old. Washed away. Soon, all that was left of the T-Rex was its bones. One day, lots of rain fell. The rainwater washed the remains into the river. Some bones sank into the mud on the river's bottom. Other T-Rex bones were swept far down the river. See, they were up on top of the soil, and then all the water came, and so they started sinking down into the mud and getting covered by mud. That helps protect them. Rock hard. Thousands of years passed. The T-Rex became buried under layers and layers of mud. See that? There he was. See, he was way up here. They got washed into the river, sank into the mud, more mud piled on. It just gets deeper and deeper. Then the river dried up and the mud turned to rock. The T-Rex's bones turned to rock too. The bones changed color and became a dark brown. See that? Dinosaur Mountain. Millions of years passed. More rock formed and became a mountain with a T-Rex inside. Over time, the rocky mountain began to wear away. Then one day, scientists saw the T-Rex's bones poking from the rock. How does a mountain wear away, you ask? Well, wind breaks off small pieces of it. Rain and melted snow also wash over the rock, making it crumble. So we see here, there's the buried dinosaur bones, which are now rocks, so now fossils, and they're underneath layers of rock. And then the mountains form with all the plates shifting and crashing into each other. So you've got the dinosaur buried with lots of mountains. But then over time, the mountains start wearing away from the rain, snow, etc. And so what was once buried now starts to poke out and can be found. Prehistoric puzzle. Once a fossil is found in a rock, scientists dig it out. They work very carefully. Scientists have found fossils of dinosaur skin. Look at that, that's actually T-Rex skin. What do you think that would feel like? Yeah, maybe kind of bumpy? I don't think it'd be smooth. What do you think? Scientists slowly uncover pieces of a dinosaur. They work slowly because they don't want to break it because it's kind of fragile. Then the fossils can be fitted together like a jigsaw puzzle. Fossil poop. Dinosaurs didn't only leave behind bits of their bodies, they also left behind poop. A lump of fossil poop is called a coprolite. Scientists can find out what dinosaurs ate by looking at coprolites. It's even possible to see bits of plants or bones inside the poop. Did you know that? Rocky footprints. Dinosaurs also left behind footprints. How? A dinosaur stepped in mud. Then the mud turned to rock. So right here, that is the footprint of a meat-eating dinosaur. After the dinosaur was gone, its giant footprint remained. One of the biggest footprints ever found was 3.5 feet long. It belonged to a plant-eating dinosaur. And this one here is the footprint of a plant-eating dinosaur. So here you can see the meat-eating dinosaur and the plant-eating dinosaur. What are the differences that you see? Yeah, does one have one has pointy toes. Why do you think the meat-eating dinosaur has pointy toes? And this one doesn't have pointy toes, does it? All right, and that's the end. Then we have a glossary. All right, that was super interesting, wasn't it? Now, in your kits at home, your kit will be in a bag like this, and inside you will find that there is an instruction sheet, and this has the different activities that are planned for you. Now, activity 1 is called Make Fossils. So for each child that you signed up in your registration for, there'll be a bag of clay and a bag with dinosaur skeletons. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take off a piece of clay, you're gonna kind of roll it out. You don't make it too thin because you're going to imprint the dinosaur on there. And you can, if you don't like it, you can mush it back up and start again. You can do it as many times as you want. But once you've got what you want, let it dry. And it'll dry in the air, you don't bake it. And then once it's fully dried, you can get some coffee, like some strong coffee or some strong black tea, and paint it with it, and that'll turn it the nice brown, dark brown color. All right, activity 2 is called the Fossil Dinosaur Match. So in this bag is where you'll find the puzzle pieces. And there's 6 different dinosaurs, and they're gonna be paper clipped together. And so basically what you do is you undo it and then you put the dinosaur together and then try to identify which dinosaur it is. Now, if you really want, if you have like a sandbox, you can bury it in the sand and then use like a paintbrush to carefully uncover your dinosaur bones, just like a paleontologist. You can probably also do it in dirt. These are laminated, so they'll stand up to quite a lot. All right, and then activity 3 is called Dinosaur Bones. And for this one, there are some dinosaur silhouettes. And it looks like dinosaur silhouettes didn't make it into this kit. So the dinosaur silhouettes and then some Q-tips. And you're going to try to figure out where you think the bones would go in the dinosaur to give it its shape. And you can cut the Q-tips or not, leave them straight. Whatever you want to do is good. And you don't have to glue them down to your dinosaur. You can move them around. And then if you would really like to glue it, I would probably use like an Elmer's glue or a white school glue. All right, and as always, if you have any questions, just give us a call at the library. All right, have fun, guys. Bye-bye.